Hey everyone, welcome back to the Koala English Podcast, where we help you use English in real life, step by step. Sometimes English is not difficult because of big words, but because of very small ones. Today, we're talking about 3 of those tiny words, a, an, and the, 3 small words, but they can stop your whole sentence. Maybe this has happened to you. Let me ask you something. Do you say a apple or an apple? Most people know the answer, but they're not always sure why. And what about the when do we use it and when do we not? If you've ever felt confused like this, don't worry. We're going to keep it simple with clear ideas, real examples, and everyday situations. So next time you speak, you don't stop, you don't guess, you just know. Before we begin, if you enjoy learning English with us, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Koala English Podcast channel. Your support helps us create more helpful lessons for English learners around the world. And let's learn English together. Let's begin. So let's slow down for a moment, because what we're talking about today, a, an, and the, they look small, but they control something very important. Meaning, let me ask you something honestly. Have you ever been speaking English and suddenly you stop? Not because you don't know the word, but because you're not sure about a tiny word before it. Like, do I say a or an? Do I need the or nothing? And in that moment, your sentence breaks, your confidence drops, and your brain starts searching. If that has happened to you, you're not alone, not even close. Because articles are not difficult, but they are different. And today, we're going to make them feel natural, not in your head, but in your real speaking. Step 1. The big idea. Let's start simple. Articles are just signals. They tell your listener one thing. Are you talking about something general or something specific? That's it. That's the whole system. So think of it like this. You're pointing at something, but your listener can't see it. So you use articles to help them understand. Step 2. A and an, the anyone feeling. Let's begin with a and an. These are for general things, not special, not specific, just one of many. Let me show you. Imagine I say, I saw a dog. What do you know? Not which dog, not where, not special. Just one dog. Any dog. Now imagine this. I bought a phone. Not a special phone, just one phone. So here's the feeling. A and equals 1, but not important which one. Now the big question, when do we use a and when do we use an? Step 3, it's all about sound. This is the most important idea. Not spelling, not letters. Sound, we use a to before a consonant sound, a and before a vowel sound. A dog, a teacher, a car. An apple, an engineer, an idea. But here's where many learners get confused, because English is tricky. Look at this. A university, because it sounds like university. That U sound is a consonant sound. Now look at this. An hour, because the H is silent, so it sounds like our vowel sound. So again, don't look at the letter, listen to the sound. Once you understand this, you stop guessing. You start hearing Step 4. The we both know feeling. Now let's talk about the. This is different. This is special. The equals specific. Let me tell you a small story. Imagine I say, I saw a dog. At this moment, you don't know which dog. Then I continue. The dog was very friendly. Now something changed. Now you know exactly which dog. The same dog, that's why we use the. Because now it's clear, it's known, it's specific. Let's try another example. I bought a book. The book is very interesting. First time, a book. Second time, the book. See the pattern? What's really happening here is this. The first time you mention something, you use a or an, because your listener is thinking, okay, I hear you, but I don't know which one yet. Then, the second time you talk about the same thing, you use the, because now your listener is thinking, oh, I know this already. So it's like a small conversation between you and the listener. First time, you are introducing something. Second time, you are pointing back to it. Let's feel it again with another example. I saw a movie last night. The movie was really funny. First sentence, you introduce it, a movie. Or this, she bought a car. The car is very fast. Same idea. First, new information. Second, known information. So instead of thinking about rules, think about this. Is this new for my listener? Use a an. Does my listener already know it? Use the and. Once you start thinking this way, you're not memorizing grammar anymore. You're just communicating clearly. Step 5, when the feels natural. Now, let's talk about something very important. We don't only use the when we mention something again. We also use the when something is already clear and obvious. Think about real life. Sometimes you don't need to explain everything because the other person already understands. Let's look at this example. Close the door. We didn't say, but you still understand. Why? Because you are in the same room. There is probably only one door. Both people can see it. So even without explaining, it is clear. That's why we use the. Let's try another one. The sun is bright. Now think about it. How many suns do we have? Only one. There is no confusion. There is no second option. So we use the because it is unique, known by everyone. Now imagine this. The beach near my house is beautiful. Here we are being more specific. Not all beaches, not any beach, one particular beach, maybe your favorite one, maybe the one you always go to. So again, your listener can understand exactly which one you mean. Let's look at a few more real-life examples. Turn off the light. The one in this room. Can you open the window? Which window? The one near us. The teacher is coming. The one we both know? Maybe your teacher. Do you see what's happening? You are not always explaining everything, but your listener still understands. So here is the key idea. The is not just about grammar. It's about shared understanding. It means, you know what I mean. We are thinking about the same thing. Ask yourself one simple question. Do we both know what I'm talking about? If the answer is yes, use the, and when you start thinking this way, using the will feel natural, but like a conversation. Step 6. The quiet one. No article. Now, let's talk about something very interesting. And honestly, this is the part many learners don't expect. Sometimes, the correct answer is nothing. No a and no the, just the word. We call this the zero article. And even though it sounds simple, it's actually very powerful. Because when you use no article, you are not talking about one thing. You are not talking about something specific. You are talking about everything in general. Let's feel that with some examples. Dogs are friendly. Now think about it. Are we talking about one dog? No. Are we talking about a specific group of dogs? No. We are talking about all dogs. Dogs as a whole idea. Water is important. Not a water. Not the water. Water. The idea of water, the concept of water. Something we all understand. People need sleep. All people. This is a general truth. So here's the feeling. No article equals big picture thinking. You are not pointing. You are talking about the whole group. And this is why we often use no article with plural nouns, dogs, people, cars, uncountable nouns, water, food, time. If you are talking about something in general, ask yourself, am I talking about all of them? If yes, use nothing. Step 7. The moment everything becomes clear. Now, let's bring everything together, because this is the moment where it all starts to make sense. Look at this. I saw a cat, any cat, not important. Which one? I saw the cat, a specific cat. We both know it. Cats are cute, but the meaning changes. And not just the meaning, the feeling changes. With a cat, you imagine one random cat. With the cat, you imagine all cats everywhere. This is where English becomes powerful, not because of big vocabulary, but because of these small, quiet choices. Small words, big meaning. Step 8. Feel it in real life. Now let's take this out of grammar and bring it into real life. Imagine you are in a cafe. You say, "Can I have a coffee?" You are not asking for a special coffee. Any coffee is fine. Then later, you take a sip and you smile. And you say, "The coffee is really good." Now it's different. You are talking about this coffee, the one in your hand. Different meaning. Let's try another situation. You're at home. You say, "I need water." This is general. You just need water. You say, "Can you give me the water?" Now it's specific. That glass. That water. Do you see what's happening? This is not just grammar. This is how people speak. This is how meaning moves from general to specific, from idea to real thing. And when you understand this, your English starts to feel more natural. Final thought before practice. So next time you speak English, don't think, "What is the rule?" Instead, think, "What do I mean?" Ask yourself, is it general? Is it specific? Or is it everything? That one question is enough. And slowly, very slowly, something changes. You stop guessing. Your sentences start to flow more smoothly, more naturally. Because you're not just learning words anymore, you're learning how to express meaning clearly. And that is real progress. So, let's pause for a moment. At the beginning of this episode, a, an, and the might have felt small, confusing, maybe even a little annoying. Just 3 tiny words, but somehow they could stop your whole sentence. You're speaking, you feel confident, and then suddenly, wait, a or an, take a breath because something has changed. Not the words, but the way you see them. Now you understand. A and an are not random. They simply mean one, but not specific. The is not complicated. It just means we both know what we're talking about. And sometimes saying nothing at all means you are talking about everything. Let's feel that one more time. Simply, I saw a dog. Any dog. Just one. The dog was friendly. The same dog. Dogs are friendly. Now it's bigger. All dogs. Same word. Different meaning. Different feeling. And this is something important I want you to remember. English is not only about vocabulary. It's about how you guide your listener. These small words, they help people follow your idea. They help your listener see what you see. And when you use them well, your English feels smoother, clearer, more natural. So next time you speak, don't worry about being perfect. Just pause for a second and ask yourself, is this general? Is this specific? Or is it everything? That's enough, because language is not about knowing every rule. It's about understanding meaning. And today, you've taken a real step forward. Maybe it feels small right now, but these small steps, they build something bigger. And one day, you'll look back and realize you're not stopping anymore. You're not guessing anymore. You're just speaking. And that feeling, that natural confidence, that's what we're building together. Thank you for learning with me today. If this episode helped you, please like, share, and subscribe to the Koala English Podcast. Also, I'd love to hear from you on the comments below. And if you can, send this episode to one person who is learning English, because sometimes one simple explanation can make everything clearer. Keep going, even when it feels slow, because step by step, you are improving. And I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, keep practicing, keep speaking, and keep growing. Bye for now.